Abia woman abducted by the Nigerian Secret Police (DSS) since September now bleeds profusely from torture in Abuja dungeon. Hello everyone, welcome back to Prospect Channel TV. If you're joining us for the first time, kindly subscribe and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you all for always coming out here. May God bless you all. Let's quickly hit the news to get full details. The indigenous people of Biafra IPOB has demanded an immediate and unconditional release of one Mrs. Onyedikachi Kalu, reportedly arrested and detained by the operatives of Nigerian Secret Police, the Department of State Service (DSS). IPOB noted that in September 2022, Mrs. Kalu was trailed by the DSS operatives to her hometown in Ahofia local government area of Abia State, in the southeast region of the country, where she was abducted and taken to the DSS headquarters in Abuja. Condemning what it described as illegal abduction and continued detention of an innocent woman, IPOB, in a statement by its Media and Publicity Secretary, Emma Powerful, said that the abduction of this innocent woman and others is an indication that Biafra women, like the men, are not safe in this Nigeria and that they are forced to remain in as one country. IPOB said that Mrs. Kalu's only crime was being an Igbo woman in Nigeria, where ethnic hate against Igbos is championed by the Fulani federal government of Nigeria. According to the Biafra group, this woman had been bleeding profusely from the torture she received from DSS officers during her abduction and transfer to DSS dungeon in Abuja. We want the Nigerian army and the DSS agents that are in the habit of abducting Biafrans and sending them to Abuja and other northern detention dungeons meant for terrorists, that they should release this Biafra woman because their days in our land are numbered. So, no matter how many people they abduct and forcefully detain, they cannot abduct all Igbo, no matter what they do. Again, the Nigerian army, the police, and the DSS agents operating in Ahofia local government, Abia State, and the entire Biafra land doing this dirty job of illegally abducting and detaining will soon meet their water pole, because our ancestors will always fight against our enemies. My wonderful people. What is happening in this country? This is very sad. Now, this woman have a governor, she have a senator, she have other House of Rep members, other House of Assembly members who are supposed to represent and protect her interests. What is really happening in this country? Is it that the DSS is now acting under the direction of the federal government? So why is it that nobody is doing anything about this? Or is it because the DSS are now acting under the direction of the federal government? That is why no government is doing anything about it. Not even the governor is saying anything about it. Is it that they are now afraid? I mean, what is happening? What is happening in the DSS? What is really happening? What are we seeing in this APC government? So the DSS has now turned to how will I call it? An agency whereby they abduct people unlawfully, illegally, and torture them. Is this what the DSS is turning into? We are calling on the American Embassy in Abuja, the Human Rights Watch, the British High Commissioner in Abuja, the Women's Rights Group, the foreign missions, and other reputable human rights organizations to prevail upon the Nigerian government and her DSS agency to release the innocent woman and others illegally detained because she committed no crime that warrants her torture and detention in DSS faculty in Abuja. Haba, Nigerians, what is happening? So for someone to speak the truth now, I don't know what is happening. So if you speak the truth, DSS will come and carry you. What is happening? What is really happening, my wonderful people? Look at now. IPOB is calling for the DSS, telling them that they demand an immediate and unconditional release of Mrs. Onyedikachi Kalu, who was unlawfully detained by the Department of the State Service, DSS. And IPOB noted that in September 2022, Mrs. Kalu was trailed by these DSS operatives to her hometown in Ahofia local government area of Abia State in the southeast region of the country, where she was unlawfully abducted and taken to the DSS headquarters in Abuja. And this is not the first time that the DSS is unlawfully abducting people in this country. So, condemning what it described as illegal abduction, IPOB in a statement says that they demand the immediate release of this woman. That Mrs. Kalu's only crime was being an Igbo woman in Nigeria, where ethnic hatred against Igbo is championed by the Fulani government of Nigeria. I really weep. I really weep, my country people. And this woman have been bleeding from the torture she received from these DSS officers during her abduction. And also they transferred her to DSS Dungeon in Abuja. Now, what was her crime? What was her crime? So now, the IPOB is calling on several human rights organizations, calling on the British High Commissioner in Abuja, calling on the women rights groups, calling on the foreign missions and other reputable human rights organizations to prevail upon the Nigerian government and a DSS agency to release this innocent woman and others illegally detained because she committed no crime that warrant her torture and detention in the DSS facility in Abuja. Nigerians, what is happening? Eh? What is really happening? So is it that now the DSS is now doing the dirty jobs of the federal government by going on and illegally abducting people and detaining them unlawfully? Is this what we are seeing in this country? How many people have been abducted and forcefully detained? How many people? How many people? Now look at what they are doing to Mrs. Kalu. So guys,